Shri Sai Ram. Dear students, welcome back to the 10th class State Syllabus Science Textbook 2 and the chapter Heredity and Evolution. And today we will be discussing about the determination of sex under part 5. Before we start to discuss and understand about the determination of sex, let us recap the previous part key points and also check out and clear up the answers for the assignment 4. In our previous class, we understood that the nucleic acids binding the DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, which mainly undergoes replication during cell division, which helps in the characters transfer. And also the second nucleic acid, RNA, ribonucleic acid, which mainly helps in protein synthesis, where we all know proteins are bodybuilders. They build up the body. So the RNA helps in protein synthesis. Further, we continued to study in detail about DNA, since our chapter mainly helps us to discuss about the hereditary characters transfer from parents to offsprings. Hence, the DNA in detail was being a very important milestone in the science field. Watson and Crick, who undergone selfless study about this DNA, and they proposed the DNA model, which was popular as Watson and Crick model of DNA, which is a double helix model. It is a polynucleotide. The DNA made up of the structural and functional unit called as nucleotide. Number of nucleotides combined to form a DNA. Hence, DNA is a polynucleotide and also a macromolecule. Not only that, DNA plays a major role in the transfer of the hereditary characters in the coded form from parents to their offsprings. Further, we understood in the DNA the functional segments or the functional units are there, which we call them as genes. Genes, genes. Earlier, as we just recap our previous classes, the contributions of Gregor Mendel, he called these genes earlier as traits or characters. As the investigation, as the study went more deeper in this field, these traits or characters were called as genes. And genes are the functional segments of DNA. The genes that are responsible for the similarities in the characters or the differences in the characters of parents and their offsprings. To carry these genes from the parent to the offspring, transport media, which act as vehicles, and they are nothing but chromosomes. Hence, we call chromosomes as vehicles of genes or carriers of genes. So happy to see all of you with interest, with commitment, seated to listen and to acquire the knowledge. Hats off to all of you, dear students. Hence, the great sayings of the sages and the saints who did more penance quoted this Sanskrit slogan as Shraddhavan Labhate Gnanam. Where there is Shraddha, the Gnana is being attained. Shraddha means interest. So happy to see all of you noting down the main points also. Now let us check out the answers of assignment 4. The first question, expand DNA RNA. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA, ribonucleic acid. Very happy to see Sankalp, who is raising his hand and has written very perfectly the answer. Very good. Second question. Complete the following nucleotide structure and name the parts. As you all have taken down the question with blanks in these areas, and now it is being filled up. C stands for cytosine. G stands for guanine. A stands for adenine. T stands for thymine. What are they? Nitrogen bases. Perfect, it is Rahul. You're telling perfect. They are nitrogen bases. That too, adenine and guanine are purine bases. Cytosine and thymine are pyrimidine bases. That too, guanine combines with cytosine with how many hydrogen bonds? 3 hydrogen bonds. Adenine combines with thymine with 2 hydrogen bonds. Along with that, we see S stands for sugar, that is the pentose sugar. The P stands for phosphate group. I hope all of you have completed the structure of this nucleotide, because it is the structural and functional unit of DNA. The third question. Name the following figures and write their functions. Figure 1. Chromosome it is. Vehicles of genes. Second figure, you can see a double helix model, a twisted ladder, suruli suttikondiruva yeniyantaha rachane. Is this DNA? Hereditary characters are transferred in coded form from parents to their offsprings. Next, you are seeing one arrow mark that is being pointed there, and that arrow mark that pointed there mainly represents what it is. That is the genes. They are the functional segments of DNA. Dear students, hoping that all of you have written perfect answers, and now we are moving on to the part 5 of the same chapter, Heredity and Evolution, which mainly deals with the determination of sex. Dear students, here you should know, as the investigation, as the discovery, as the interest of the personalities who used their thinking, reasoning, discriminating power went to the deeper of the knowledge. And the deepest knowledge passed from the Gregor Mendel, who used only the garden pea to tell the characters are being transferred, and we see variety of the characters. It was applied to the human life, because human being is the highest of all the creations. That's why in Kannada a saying goes, Manava Janma Balu Doddadayya, Halu Madiಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಡಿರ ಹುಚ್ಚಪ್ಪಗಳಿರ. It is only in this human birth where we can attain the highest of the highest goal, and that is just becoming divine. In the same way, the selfless services of great biologists, which led to more understanding of this characters transfer from parents to offsprings, started to apply in the human life, which come under mammals, that too under the vertebrates, and to the 10th level, they made us to understand how to know the sex of an individual. That's why it is sex determination or determination of sex. What it means? Mechanism by which the sex of an individual is determined. as it begins in life is called sex determination. It is the mechanism, determination of sex or sex determination is a mechanism by which the sex of an individual is determined as it begins life. Further, in diploid organisms, which are unisexual, higher developed organisms having separate sexes, male, female, where a specific pair of chromosomes in each diploid cell determines the sex of an individual, and they are called sex chromosomes. Dear students, we have two sets of chromosomes, autosomes, sex chromosomes. Autosomes, physical appearances such as color of the eyeball, color of the skin, shape of the nail, shape of the ear pinna, color of the hair, shape of the hair. They all are chromosomes, no doubt, but they are autosomes which determine the physical character transfer. Only one pair of sex chromosomes are there which is going to determine the sex of an individual. In each diploid organisms, in a particular species, there is restricted and specific number of chromosomes. If you think of this sunflower, where the sunflower, which is having 17 pairs of chromosomes, that means 34 chromosomes are there in sunflower. The scientific name of sunflower, Helianthus anus, to tell you all. And it is having 17 pairs of chromosomes. If you think of the pigeon is another sort of a species which is having 40 pairs of chromosomes, that is 80 chromosomes. If you think of dog, where the dog is having 34 pairs of chromosomes. So like this, the particular diploid organism and a particular species has a specific and a restricted number of chromosomes also for their progeny to continue. Role of environmental factors in the sex determination. Even the environmental factors, sudden change in the environment, climatic conditions, there may be change in the sex of an individual, which we will see in lower graded organisms. Here an examples are being given here. In some reptiles, the temperature at which the fertilized egg is incubated before hatching determines the sex of the offspring. See the environmental factor here. It is the temperature, at which temperature the egg starts to incubate and the egg starts to give its child. From the egg, the offspring is going to come out. That is the oviparous organisms, egg-laying organisms. On the basis of the temperature, the sex of the individual is being determined. If in a turtle, you observe here, above 32 degrees Celsius, if the egg is being hatched, then the born turtle baby will be female. If it is below 28 degrees Celsius or 28, it will be male turtle. So the environmental factor plays a role here and not the chromosomes here. In some animals, individuals can change sex, indicating that sex is not genetically determined. In few organisms, till the offspring is being born, till then we can't estimate whether the sex of that born child is male or female. Till the child is being born. That's it, till the birth of the child. We can't tell the sex. So, they are telling that sex is not genetically determined. For example, in snail, till the another snail baby snail is being born. Before the snail baby is born, we can't determine whether the snail baby will be male or female till its birth, until it is being born. So these are the environmental factors which determine the sex of an individual, and here there is no any role that is being played by the chromosomes. The sex determination in human beings, the highest and more important from the exam point of view. In human beings are coming under the class mammals. Homo sapien is the scientific name. Under the vertebrates, under the class of mammals, the scientific name called as Homo sapiens, the human beings are the highly well developed, having particular organ systems for undergoing the specific functions, and they undergo sexual reproduction. They are unisexual, where the sexes are separate. Male differs from female, irrespective of male or female. In a human being, the chromosome number will be always 46 chromosomes. That is, 23 pairs of chromosomes are there in human beings, which help in carrying the hereditary characters from parents to offsprings. Out of this 23 pairs, 22 pairs are autosomes, which control the somatic characters. 22 pairs means 44 chromosomes. What is the somatic characters? Size of the fingers, color of the eyeball, shape of the nose, shape of the ear pinna, color of the skin, shape of the ear, color of the hair. Understand, these are all somatic features, the physical appearance, and they are being carried by the autosomes, to tell you. And one pair are sex chromosomes. There is only one pair of sex chromosomes in human beings. The human being may be poor, rich, male, female, prime minister, president, governor, beggar. Irrespective of that, if he comes under human beings, he has how many pairs of chromosomes? So much happy to listen from you all Samarth and Sarthak are raising their hands to tell that human beings have how many pairs of chromosomes? 23 pairs, correct. Out of these 23 pairs, only 22 pairs are called dash. The 22 pairs are called autosomes. One pair of chromosomes are called sex chromosomes, which determine whether the human being is male or female. And these sex chromosomes in human beings are two types. Male, they are X chromosome and Y chromosome. If the male individual is heterogametic because the male contains X chromosome and Y chromosome. Here you can observe XY chromosome. Hence, male is heterogametic. Female individual is homogametic because contains XX chromosome. Even though chromosomes are X chromosome and Y chromosome, male are heterogametic, which have XY chromosome. Female are homogametic, which have XX chromosome. Male are heterogametic, female are homogametic, which have XX chromosome. Now, sex determination in human beings. Most of the times you might have heard many stories, or you have a practical experience in your own family members or relations, or through mass media and current affairs. You might be knowing that girl babies are killed, and girl child, the female child that is being born, 2 or 3 female child born to the mother is kicked out from the mother-in-law's house, or there is suicide cases where the mother has not given birth to the male child, all are female children only born, and the mother-in-law will surely thrash her, will trouble her. So the mother committing suicide or killing the girl baby also. These are all the affairs which you might have listened. Blaming that mother is responsible for the born child is male or female. But it is mistake. It is never. It is mother who is not responsible for the born child is male or female. It is the father. It is the male who is responsible for the born child to be male or female. How? Father is responsible for the sex of the offspring, because a sperm, the male gamete carrying X chromosome, fertilizes an egg of the female gamete carrying the X chromosome, then the offspring will be a girl. If the sperm, that is the male gamete, which will get matured, will be the Y chromosome, it combines again with the same X chromosome, because female is homogametic. You all know the female has only XX. Then the offspring will be boy, male, because XY. Please understand, very simple and a 3 marks question. From the exam point of view, it is very much important and very easy. Observe here all of you, male, here female. So male, you know, it is heterogametic, XY chromosomes are there. In female, XX, it is homogametic. During reproduction, the gonads are going to give rise to gametes. The diploid number 2n get reduced to n, meiotic cell division, reproductive cell division, reductional cell division, where here the X also can be obtained, matured. We may get from male either X in the matured form, or we may get Y. Whereas in female, maturity will be X only. It may be X or X only. Then they fuse, cross fertilization. They fuse. If X of the male combines with X of the female, then you get XX. XX is very happy. You all are answering there. Sarthak, good what you are telling. Sanket, you are also telling, good. Perfect answer. XX, homogametic. Then which child will be born? Female. It will be female. If the Y of the male is going to combine with X of the female, then it is XY. Then it is heterogametic. Then the born child will be boy or male. Male or boy. So who is responsible for the sex of the individual to be either male or female? Is it father or is it mother? It is father who is responsible because he is heterogamitic and he may produce matured X chromosome also or matured Y chromosome, but female always produces only X chromosomes. So on fusion, if the matured X of the male combines with X of the female, then the born child will be female. If the matured Y chromosome of male is going to combine with again X of the female only, it is XY. Then the born child will be male. So father is responsible, male is responsible, and not the female or the mother. Dear students, I hope it is understood. Now let us observe once. See, male and female, they produce X or Y chromosomes. Sperms, what we call male produces sperms and female produce egg or ova, we can call them. So they produce X. Here only X only will be produced. X combining with X, XX we got, and Y if it is matured, and Y combining with Y we got XY. Then see the offspring, the born offspring. XX means the zygote is XX, then the born child will be female. If the zygote is XY, then the born child will be male, the girl baby or the boy child. So you should remember the sex determination to be male or female. Who is responsible? Male is responsible. Father is responsible. Why? Because he produces X chromosome as well as Y chromosomes also. Whereas female produces only X chromosomes. The fusion of X of male with X of female, it is female. The fusion of Y of male with X of female, XY, and it is male. Irrespective of that, our country, which is a yoga bhumi, tyaga bhumi, dharma bhumi, karma bhumi, tapo bhumi, and the land of many goddesses, mothers who have sacrificed their kith and kin for the sake of nation's welfare, you should remember our Shiva Sharanas, the Akka Mahadevi. Think of the devotional moments of Mirabai, Sati Sakhubai. They are all women, but they did more contribution to the nation to reach everyone to the ultimate goal. Hence, we should not differentiate the sex of an individual. We should not underestimate by differentiating the sex. Female, male. I remember very simple. You may think it of, but it is very important in our lives. Whether the child born will be male or female, whether it is father also may be responsible. That is according to our science. But the born child is the gift of God. Makkalu Devaru, we tell. And there is a saying, Yatra naryantu pujyante tatra ramante devataha. Where the mothers, where the females, where the women are worshipped, there resides gods and goddesses. Hence we should give respect and treat in a very good way for the women. This is our country's rich heritage. Ours is the Sanatana Samskruti, the Sanatana Dharma, to tell you all. In this Sanatana Samskruti, worshipping mothers. That's why we tell Matru Devo Bhava. First only Matru Devo Bhava. Mother is God. Then comes Pitru Devo Bhava. Father is God. And then comes Atiti Devo Bhava. Guests are God. Finally, in this child-centered education, Vidyarthi Devo Bhava. Student is God. Dear students, remember this always in our lifetimes, that never discriminate male and female, and never underestimate the female. You are also born to a female, you are also born to a mother. So never underestimate the female or the feminine gender. So, hoping that you have understood how to determine the sex in human beings, because I already told you all, even though human beings have 46 chromosomes, which is nothing but 23 pairs, where we all know that 22 pairs are autosomes, which are both in male and female. Sex chromosomes differs here. Male has XY and female has XX. So it is only the sex chromosomes that are responsible for the sex of an individual, and that too, the male or the female born child sex is determined only by male. So father is responsible. Dear students, in today's class, under the chapter Heredity and Evolution, we understood to the 10th class level the part 5, determination of sex or sex determination, where we understood that there is a specific and also restricted number of chromosomes in plants as well as in animals, and in human beings the sex chromosomes are only one pair and the autosomes are 22 pairs. Totally there are 23 pairs of chromosomes, and the sex of an individual is determined by only one pair of chromosome, which we understood. Further, we continued that it is father who is responsible for the born child to be male or female also. And it's a very important question from the exam point of view. Hope that you will recap in your respective places once again before we meet in the next class under the same chapter with the next part. Till then, recap and also complete the assignment 5, which I am sure that all of you will do it, since I am observing on all of you all the thirst and interest to acquire knowledge, which is the main quality of a student. Ekagrate, concentration, very important. Assignment 5. Give reasons. Male is heterogametic, female is homogametic. Second question. How is the sex of the child determined in human beings? A very important and also multiple choice and application level question, this one. Fill in the blanks and name the sex of the individual. So you should fill up here. It is in the form of what? Yes, it is in the form of checkerboard. You remember the Mendel monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross also. Very good. But here, try to fill up the blanks here when the male and female are going to fuse and to form the zygote, and also tell the zygote further gives birth to which gender, which sex, whether it is male or female also you should name in these blocks. Offering all our content at the divine lotus feet of the Almighty and praying for the world's peace and happiness. Have a good time. Thanking you one and all. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu. Jai Sai Ram.